talked about the increase in circulation and usage of programs in libraries in Massachusetts. That experience is no different than what the North Reading Library has experienced this past year. You can see, I don't need to read you the statistics, but the library's been a very busy place with a lot of quantifiable circulation increases. The library staff is managing during a busier time, knows that while we can't beef up for that time, the library is a place of respite when people can't afford to go buy a book or rent a video or maybe have the internet service they once had at their homes, and we would hope in fiscal year 10 to be able to still provide that service. Thank you. Mrs. Minton will just very quickly detail a few of the accomplishments. You want to do questions?
I was just going to comment that even that slide answered a bunch of questions that I had as a result of reading the article in the Globe. So basically, you've almost come close to doubling the activity this past year.
I'll let Mrs. Minton address that.
I have a question first.
Sure. Joe has a question for you.
Thank you, Marcy. I think I heard you mentioned you do now charge for the activities room. Is that, are you going to charge, or you do charge?
We charge for, sometimes for-profit businesses will
Oh,
come
okay.
in, not the soccer league or.
Yeah, no, I was just curious
we
as to who
believe
you,
that those
have you got a
kinds of-
written policy on that, I hope?
Yeah,
that-
the garden club and the soccer league, that should be a town-wide policy because they use,
Yeah.
rooms in
Yeah.
town hall, and the library
Yeah.
can't charge if town hall isn't. But sometimes someone wants to give a financial seminar or something
Yeah,
like
right,
that.
yeah, right.
We have begun
Yeah.
to.
And
we-
just out of curiosity, just curious, what is that fee?
It's a graduated fee based on whether it's a North Reading resident or not. Do you want to speak to it directly? I don't want to misquote it.
If it's a North Reading business, it's $150. But if they join the Friends of the Library for $100, then it's just $100, and they can use it several times during the year for $100 fee. It's a high fee. And then if it's an out-of-town business, it's $250. And at the moment, the money goes to the Friends.
Yep.
It's a decision that Mr. Bauer
Goes to the Friends, and they will in turn use it
Friends of the
for
library.
upkeep and programming of the
Friends of the library.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an idea of, thank you.
And similarly, the DVD fee, although small, it's $1 a day and a maximum of $5. It generates about $100 a month and goes to replacing DVDs, which are very regularly damaged beyond usage. So we use those funds to replace DVDs instead of the regular materials budget. A usage. A meeting, one single meeting. No.
could be an hour or two.
I think it's at the library's discretion. No, it's not a day. It's a seminar, 2 hours.
It hasn't happened that many times, but someone might use it for a couple of hours and then lunch or an evening. One gentleman had it for an evening.
Don't get me wrong, I think it's a great idea, because, we have to maintain it, and if outsiders are using, yes, they should pay.
Manager,
Yes,
do you have other
please.
questions on the budget? Happy to answer them.
So getting back to my question, I'll let Alina get up to the.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, when I'm looking at this last slide that you still have up, and it looks like you've almost doubled the utilization over some period, and you got the same dates there, so I'm not sure I fully understand the slide. Is that a typo on there, or, items borrowed versus items loaned? Could you explain what that means then?
Items borrowed would be our patrons coming to the library or going online very often and making requests for their books, DVDs, or CDs. And loaned are items, our books, DVDs on our shelves get packed up, put in bins, and sent around to other libraries. This is a daily
Interlibrary
practice.
Oh, okay.
versus within our own building.
Right, yes, exactly,
Oh, okay,
versus somebody
okay,
walking
all
in and just checking the book out.
So activity's up between, depending on the area, by 6%. And is that over, that's over the past half year?
Well, that was a year, yeah, it was over a year. That
Over
was
a
over
year.
a year period, but I do have another figure, which is, we're up 9.7% total circulation between July and November of this year as opposed to the same time period last year. And these are figures, that article that was on the front page of the Globe was based in large part on, not necessarily our own figures, but from the Merrimack Valley Library Consortium and other consortiums in the state. And because everybody is aware, just anecdotally, of how much busier we all are. But it's amazing how the numbers really bear it out. And even this December, we're 30% over last December for total circulation.
In addition to losing certification, where does the state aid piece fall off? When you lose certification, unless you apply for a waiver?
You don't get you lose state aid. You don't get any state aid.
If you're not certified, you lose the state aid. So in other words, in the process of bringing the budget down, right, we actually could lose additional money.
Yeah.
In other words, the budget you're presented with the reduction is assuming that we're getting state aid, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
right. And I've been getting about 15 or 16,000 a year. That might go down though anyway. Whole
Right,
state's
right.
got it, so.
Understand.
But we are very pleased with the increase in activity. And I know the last 2 Saturdays we've been absolutely mobbed, and we worked the Saturday before this one, the one after Christmas, which might be a surprising time to think the library is going to be busy. I know one of the staff people, Diane Dow, said, "Oh, there's just people everywhere in the building." I was on another floor, and so it's really quite exciting. And just to talk about a couple of other things that have been happening, I know you've probably heard, but we do have a $20,000 grant, federal grant to focus on services to tweens and teens, young people in 6th to 12th grade. And Kate Bell is our youth services librarian, is really making an effort to bring creative activities to the library. She's had a workshop on doing comic drawing and manga, and there's going to be poetry writing, photography. Last summer she had a very successful art contest and exhibit, and she's going to repeat that because it was so popular with the kids. And also the money will go to help enhance the teen area with some furnishings, and also buy some electronic games. You've probably heard of that, WII. Teens love. Not just teens, I think all ages do, actually. We also have a new digital piano, a Korg C520 that was purchased with piano trust fund. There was a piano in the activity room for many years that had been donated, and it was too prohibitive to repair it. It's a grand piano. And so we've used the funds to buy this, and we're very excited about the piano. We're going to have a student who's going to be playing that in March at a reception for student artists. And we're about to go into our 6th North Reading Reads community reading project. We're going to be reading The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, and we have some nice activities planned. And last year we had a green theme with Walk in the Woods, and this is going to be more we'll be talking more about history and about so we're looking forward to that. We had a very good successful summer reading program with the children. We're met several programs involved bringing in animals, which is always very popular. And next summer it's going to be about space. So the other thing is 3 families donated a wooden train table, a very beautiful and expensive train table to the children's room, and it's incredibly popular. The little 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds like to come up there and sit in the corner. If you're ever up there, you might want to look at it. But, we're very fortunate what people give to the library.
Polina, in the budget, there's an item called video recordings. These are now DVDs,
That should
right?
be changed, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little behind the times. It's DVD.
It's DVD.
We don't,
okay.
We still have VHS, people still use, but we
So we're not
certainly-
acquiring new,
No, and we get them, no, and we're actually gradually taking them out of the collection. Maybe we should change that for the next budget.
any questions from board members? With the board first, and we'll get back to the
Just,
finance committee. Yes?
Just in relation to the overall budget, you say we received $15,000 to $16,000 from the state. Is that reflected in here anywhere?
No,
Okay.
No,
And
that's
then-
just used as an offset in the.
it cannot be used to meet them all. That's
Okay.
one of the stipulations.
Right, okay, so that's not factored into the actual budget that we have proposed in front of us, so there's an additional 15,000 there. And then, as far as the Friends, who are good friends, how much annually do they expend on behalf of the library and contribute?
Well, that's, maybe, it varies from year to year, maybe $5,000 to $8,000. Their budget's increasing with their fundraising. They've been getting grants from Comcast for the past several years. Teradyne has contributed a lot. And they're supposed to be spending, and they usually do, most of the money that they get each year. They don't need that much, but they're able to mostly provide money for programs. Also, we have a new kind of online newsletter that it's a small fee, but they're paying for that. Wouldn't come out of the library budget. It's sort of extras that probably wouldn't come out of the budget. I mean, you wouldn't.
Right, I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
Program, they have with many of the evening events we offered in the form of what would not happen.
And the state money is essentially applied to media, books, and,
Yes, and also some capital. We used that for the upgrading of the security cameras, and that was about between 12 and 14,000 over 2 fiscal years.
but it's not used for salaries.
No. We haven't used it.
Other questions from the board? Alan?
Yeah, just one comment, and the library being the first, I have the same comment on a few budgets. It's only $500, but you've indicated a savings of $500 by deferring selected repairs. And just a comment, that kind of concerns me. That's one category I think you have to be very careful on spending on, saving money, because
Okay.
it could cost us more money in the long run. I don't know, depends what you're saving and what not. But the other is, do you think it might be possible, Steve kind of touched on this, there are other sources of funds and other places of expenditures in the library. There's the state grant, there's the Friends, there's the trust fund. Would it be possible to have a kind of supplementary budget to the budget, which shows the people of North Reading where these monies are going to and how they're being spent? I mean, for example, there's some income from, small, from rental of the community room, from fines and so forth. The town is being asked to cut back on expenses. It might be nice for the town to be able to see, well, what other sources of revenue are there, and how is that money being spent? Would that be possible?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Michael? Can you get closer to a microphone, please?
I'll talk loud.
It would, go to a mic. There's one over here if you don't want to go to the podium.
Michael Prisco, 12 Bishop's Way. I noticed on the first slide that you're talking a 3% reduction would roughly be a little over $20,000 that they would ask. Is there any chance, based on the current environment and the increase in participation at the library, that your revenues would go up slightly more than what you have seen in past years that could help offset that $20,000? Has anyone looked at that?
Revenues from.
There's no charge to take a book out.
The revenues are the
Get some more, a
DVD.
few more DVD.
Late fees and
Late
things?
There's only